students say I wanted to record a new 1040 tax form. Because it's 2026, we're going to use the 2025 tax form because you're using wages from 2025. So in order to find the form, just Google 1040 PDF 2025 and you'll get this document here. Alright, so we learned in our jingle that we have 3 incomes and 1 payment. So every time we do a tax form, we have to ask ourselves, what are the 3 payments and what is the 1 income? Now, incomes are always in box 1. So the income from the W-2 is our wages. The income from the 1099 INT is our interest from all of the banks we have money at. And our 1099 DIV is stocks, dividends, all of the places we have stocks at. So you're going to need these 3 amounts from box 1 in order to get our income for our tax form. And then we have 1 payment, and again, that's on our W-2 because that's our wages. We only pay taxes out of our income paychecks. So that one is going to be in box 2. And we just have 1 of those amounts. It's really important that you remember there's only 1 payment. 3 incomes, 1 payment. Now what I would do is find those first, and then it'll be really easy to complete this form. So in the Google Classroom, go to classwork, go down to our tax unit, which is unit 3. There we go. And this one here, tax forms and brackets, that's where we're going to get the tax amount owed. And then we have some sample, right here, 5 examples of W-2s. So we're going to do this first one, even though we've probably done that one already in class, just so I can explain it a little bit better. So on with the income, again, box 1 is the income, and it says $37,847.06. Now we don't use the cents, so we either have to round it up if it's 50 cents or more, or we round it down if it's 49 or less. Because it's 6 cents, we're gonna just drop it off of there, and we're gonna have $37,847. So that's our box 1 on our W-2, and the way we know that is it says W-2 here at the bottom. Now then we go to 1099 INT for interest, all of our banks. This person has 1 1099 INT, 2543. Now we only have 1 page here for Ann Smith, so we know she doesn't have a dividend one, so we're just going to put a 0. And then we're going to go back to her her W-2 and go to box 2. How much tax did she pay? And it said she paid $4,338.29. Now, 29 is less than 50, so we just drop off that cents, and we're left with $42.38. Alright, so that's what we have to get started on our 1040, and we can work through that now. So on the PDF, we just do our top 2, because the jingle, top 2 bottom. So here's section 1 and 2. So it said her name is Ann M. Smith. And we need her address, and it says here, this is her employer, and this is her. 1713 West Palm Way. And it said apartment 101. And then her town says Louisville, Kentucky, 40048. You have to write very clearly on the 1040 the IRS does not allow you to write sloppily or they'll return it. And for class, we're always clicking single. Okay, the only thing we've missed is her social security number on the right, and that's here also, right here, 56011 1234. Okay, did I miss anything? Name, address, city, state, zip, apartment number, filing status single. Okay, so I'm gonna erase this just so I can get to the next part. Okay, so going down, we have to do the 18 that are bold, adds and subtracts. So it says from Form W-2 Box 1, so they're asking for her income. And that, let's, I'm gonna shrink this. Okay, so her income is $37,847. Now the next one that we have to do, it says 1Z, add all of the ones, so we're just bringing it down. Now we get to taxable interest, so that's our 1099 INT, so that's her 2543. 0 for dividends. Okay, now it says to add lines 1 through 8, and this is our total income. So when we add these two together, double check my math here, we're at 40,390. So that's gonna be our total here on line 9, 40,390. Kinda hard to write with this pen. Subtract line 10, which is nothing, from line 9, so it's just gonna be 40,390. Okay. Now I'm gonna erase this again. 40,390 we're gonna bring to the top of the next page, so we're gonna move that. Now this is your adjusted gross income, 40,390. And then it says over here on the form, subtract 15,750 for a standard deduction. So a standard deduction just means this is the amount you don't have to pay tax on. Woohoo! So we subtract that by adding it here to, it says standard deduction, where's that? Line E, so 15,750, and this amount changes every year. So that's why last year I can't use that tax form because it's different. So I have 40,000, you can use your calculator, 390 minus 15,750. So she's gonna pay tax on 24,640. So when it says here add lines, oh, excuse me, I have to go get the tax here. But here it says add lines 12 and 13. And so we're just gonna bring that down to line 14. Let's see, standard deduction. Okay, so line 15, let's see, line 14 is just gonna be this 15,750 because it says to add these. And then it says, what is the tax that's owed? So we're gonna go back to the Google Classroom and we're gonna go back to the tax bracket. So the one that says tax forms and brackets. And we're gonna go to this one here that says 2025 federal tax table starts on page 68. We're gonna go here. I'm gonna use my mouse to get to 68. Okay, so I'm on page 68 on the form here, page 68, and now I just need to go down to 24,000. So I'm not going to go very far. So just a couple of pages here. 24,640. So I'm going to find 24,600 to 24,650, and the tax amount is 2717. So the tax amount 2717. That's what she owes, and this is what she paid. So she's gonna have a refund because this is the tax that she owes, this is the tax she paid. She paid more than what she had to. Now, if you're gonna figure out how much is she gonna get back, you can just subtract this. She's gonna get a tax refund of $15.21. Let's do that on the tax form here. Okay, so the tax we said is 2717, and it says taxes line 16, 2717. And then it says add lines 16 and 17, so 2717 again. It says add lines 19 and 20, there's nothing there, so that's gonna be 0. It says subtract 0 from 18, and this is the tax we owe, so we're just at 2717 again. And it says add lines 22 and 23, 2717. Okay, now, here it says what did she pay in taxes, so that's this one here. Form W2 box 2, because she paid it, and that's gonna be her 4238. And we already wrote that down on the board. And then it says add lines 25 to 20, all of the 25s. And so that's gonna be what she pay, 2238. And then we're gonna go down here, add 27 and all of these. We don't have anything in those, so it's a 0. And now it says add 25, 26, and 32. So this and these, so we're just gonna be, what did she pay? 4238. That's her total payment, because there's only one payment on your 1040. Now, if line 33, 4238, is more than line 24, she's gonna get a refund, and we're gonna subtract that to find out that her refund amount, so 4238 minus 2717, her refund is 1521. And then it says, how much does she want? Well, obviously she wants 1521 because she wants all of it. Now, we're gonna go down here, and I know I have to erase this because it's goofy. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of all of this. Alright, so now we know what she wants to have paid here. We said she wants the 1521. And then it says, how much does she want the IRS to keep and apply toward her taxes for this year? Is we don't want any kept, so 0. Now, amount you owe, she doesn't owe anything because she paid more than she needed, so that's just gonna be a 0. And then right here, this is the bottom section where the customer signs, or the person paying taxes. Now, sign your real name here because a lot of people forget to put their name on it. This means that I can find you. Now, normally you would sign whoever is this tax form, but today we're gonna sign us. So Kirsten Vetch, have to have first and last name, today's date, 1/20/26, and do your real occupation. If you mow lawns, you're gonna write lawnmower. I'm a teacher, so. If you don't have a job, you can also write student, because that's considered an occupation for now for you too. Okay, so now we are done. Now think about that jingle. Top 2 sections, bottom section, we got it. All the bolds, add, subtracts, 18 in total, we have all of those. On to income, yeah, there's 3, W2, 1099 and 1099. Payments only, one for me. Now don't forget, when you do your payments here, we only have one payment always, just from the W-2. Don't worry about anything else. Okay, so we have completed our tax form and we know how much refund she's getting, and she signed her form, so we are all done. Yay!